What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reading with the CrownedPriestess. I hope everybody is finding themselves well, in good health, in good state of mind. There's a truth coming to you, and I feel like it's coming kind of now. Yep. Karma, balance, justice. All right. Y'all, usually in the morning I fast, right? Like I don't eat until after 12 o'clock, no matter what time I wake up usually. Like I'll have my coffee, but outside of that, I don't eat when I first wake up, and I wake up at like 6 a.m. But today, like I wanted oatmeal really badly. I don't know who I'm craving because I'm not pregnant, but I feel like somebody close to me might be pregnant. Because I really wanted this oatmeal, and it was delicious. I made it, and it was delicious, but look, I could not finish. And you know why? Because I don't eat early in the morning, and now my stomach is hurting me. Like, it's really hurting me. And that's because I went against my better judgment. I knew my body, so that could be a message for somebody. Like, listen to your body this week. Or just in the comment this month, I want to say, like, just period, listen to your body. Okay, learn to listen to your body. I think that a lot of people get really hung up on like these fads, you know, these trends of how to diet, how to fast, how to sleep, how to whatever. It really is unique to the person. It's unique to your body, your DNA, you know, how you function. And you know what is like making you feel good and what isn't. You know what I'm trying to say? So just pay attention to that, because I feel like somebody can be putting something in their bodies that they know is not good. Like it doesn't respond well. It doesn't blend with your chemistry. And that could be affecting you in the long run in a major way. Like, you know, you don't want to cause like a permanent problem. You know what I mean? And I want to say, there's no shade. As a spiritualist, and I know this is not, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to never go to a doctor or not to listen to your doctor or anything like that. I cannot give that kind of advice. I'm not licensed to give you medical advice. But as a spiritualist, there's nothing that we can't cure. Like, no shade. There's nothing that we can't cure. But it starts first with listening to your body, listening to your higher self, listening to God, right? And you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined to hear that voice in the first place. You know what I mean? It does require discipline. It requires patience. And it will require sacrifice, all right? So I don't know what that message is about this morning. And I got all of that just for taking a bite of food entirely too early. You know, I'm not used to eating top of the morning like that. I usually just have my coffee and my vitamins, and I keep it moving. And I played because I really wanted this oatmeal, and I just know that I am picking up on somebody else's craving. Not to say that I don't like oatmeal, but I haven't had oatmeal in so long, and it was delicious, but it was just too heavy for me to sit with at 8 a.m. Like, I couldn't do it. Mind you, I had been up since 6. So I was like, all right, I've been up a little bit. I can't eat that early in the morning. All right, y'all, let's get into the message. You can be receiving a lot of communication. There is a truth coming, I'm telling you. I feel like somebody has had time to assess a situation, perhaps to reflect on something as well. Somebody who could have had a distorted perception as well. Like, I don't know, when I see that cracked mirror, I get distorted. You know, not that it's a mirrored energy, but I think that someone really may have distorted a reality, you know, like they remember something, but not in the way of its true events, more so in the way that they perceived it. And that's usually what it is, right? It's why like evidence is so important. And somebody could be in court, because I keep like getting these references to the justice like system. But it's like, it's why evidence is so important. Like, it needs to be undeniable evidence. It needs to be beyond, what is it? Beyond a reasonable doubt. Like, there's no doubt about it. This is how it went. Because the idea is that if 10 people are looking at the same thing, even though we all saw the same thing at the same time, when we describe what happened, everybody's going to have a different story. You know what I mean? Like, no one is going to describe it to the letter of how it happened. No one is going to have the same vocabulary, the same chronological order. Like, you know what I mean? So it's imperative that people, you know, like, we assess, we go to court, we take it to trial, we look at this from all angles, we ask questions, we, you know, bring in evidence, we look at footage, all the things. So this is what somebody has been doing, I feel. And they've taken some time to do it. They've taken some time to, like, look at this from all angles. And I feel like the last way to possibly look at something and find fault in it was by looking within. They had to look at themselves. This could be you, you know, take it how it resonates. But I do feel that someone here was kind of gung-ho on making it someone else's fault, whatever it is, right? They tried to, it's this person's fault because yada, yada, yada. And, you know, if this never happened, yada, yada, yada. And actually, right now that I'm coming to think about it, because of this, yada, yada, yada. And the whole time, it was something they did that, you know, or something they didn't do, excuse me, that, right, this is somebody that they haven't spoken on this in a while, but they have been assessing it. And I feel like they're finally like, okay, I've exhausted every other possibility, every other resource. Everyone is saying that, no, that's not how it went, or no, you're looking at it, you know, I don't want to say wrong, but you're not looking at it in the way that other people are looking at it. It's something about perspective here, shifting perspective, shifting the lens, shifting the focus. Somebody could be a photographer or a videographer or something like that. Somebody works with a camera. But it's like, oh, now I see. Like, now they can see it clear in a way that they didn't before. And it finally makes sense. You know, it's like the other ways that they were looking at it didn't make perfect sense. Didn't flow as well. And it's like, but this person was just like, I don't know, kind of fixed on, no, it had to be this way because there's no other way, you know? And there's always another way. There's always another way, right? So I think this is like, something hit this person like a fucking Mack truck, right? This is the tower energy. Unexpectedly, this person realized, like, oh, it was me, or I was looking. It's like in, what is that, Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio? I mean, there's so many movies like that, right? Like the thrillers where the protagonist doesn't realize that they're the person who is distorting reality, right? Like Leonardo DiCaprio was in an institution. He was institutionalized because he was mentally unstable. He had a mental health condition. He cracked, right? And he was in there. But to him, in the movie's perspective, he was like this detective investigating, you know, what happened to said woman and all this other stuff, not realizing it took him forever. It took the entire movie for him to realize, like, bitch, I'm in the crazy house. It's me. I'm not a detective. I'm a patient here, you know? So somebody's coming into that kind of realization. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. No, I fucking hate when I do that. I screenshot shit. Sorry, y'all. My age be showing with this phone. I got a new phone, and I don't... Girl. Okay. I always, like, screenshot and target Siri and all this shit, and it's like, just stop. Okay. But yeah, someone is realizing that it's like the mask has fallen off of someone that didn't realize they were wearing a mask. You know, that's what's happening. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, look at the comfort zone in reverse. And when I flipped it, it went away, but it was confusion. the veil is lifted, okay? The rose-colored glasses are up, the jig is up, and somebody's realizing that, oh shit, I was the problem. It was me. I'm the problem. I did this, okay? Somebody could have snapped. I mean, I hope everybody is safe and things like that, but somebody could have snapped, you know? It happens. There could have been a break in this person's psyche. I don't know if somebody struggles with mental illness. I know a lot of us do. But somebody could have just snapped. And so they didn't, you know, they acted out of that portion of their brain, and they didn't realize that, you know, the damage they caused or what really transpired. They can't remember all the details. And now it's come to them. Like, they've taken time to reflect. They've taken time to go over all the facts, all the evidence. And now they're realizing, like, oh shit, I am responsible for this. It was me, you know. It doesn't have to be a crime. That's how it's being shown to me. Wow. Yeah, look at the stress. That's the mental health I was talking about. Anxiety, shame. This person feels a lot of shame, you know, guilt, remorse. They definitely feel remorse. You know, this is not somebody who is like, they could have come off as somebody before who was kind of stubborn and just didn't want to see things your way, but it's like now they're like, fuck it, oh my God. I fucked this, I fucked it up. It's like, it was woefully mismanaged. And I do feel like this person is definitely beating themselves up about it, trying to forgive themselves, asking God for forgiveness, but the next part is to go and ask you for forgiveness, right? And that's kind of the stages of forgiveness. We want to forgive ourselves. You have to forgive yourself, otherwise you will not even believe that someone else can, right? We have to ask God for forgiveness, or a higher power, whatever is the authority that you look at. I know some people don't believe in God. Honestly, if you're watching tarot and you don't believe in God or something, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing here, because unless you're doing a science experiment, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But I know there are people out there that just, you know, they're atheists, they don't believe in anything. But it's like, when you're looking for forgiveness, atonement, penance, all these things, it's first within, then to the higher, or to the higher first and then within. But the last point of contact is always whoever was harmed in the process, right? It's like rehabilitation. Then you have all those steps. You got to get clean, you got to get rehabilitated, and then you got to go and apologize to people that you may have affected while you were in said state. You know what I mean? That's always the last part. And I feel like that's the part that this person is up to. Like, they are ready now to maybe come forward and say, hey, I really screwed up. I was an asshole. I dropped the ball. I was a douche. Whatever, you know, whatever comes to them. I feel like this person is definitely, they're hard at work with this. You know, they're diligently like taking the necessary steps to come forward with this. You know, they are pushing through. Like, there's resilience here with that strength energy. Could be Virgo, Leo with this. There's a hermit and the strength here. This person has taken a lot of time to reflect, okay? A lot of talking to God, a lot of talking to self, a lot of self-reflection, trying to gain insight, trying to introspect, you know, a lot of introspection. This person is definitely remorseful. I can feel their shame. Like, I feel naked, you know, I feel like I want to put clothes on. Like, that, it's like I can feel the shame. It is going to get easier for them. This Tower, I feel like, is their current, they're in this space now, but with the Six of Swords, the waters will get calmer. There will be communication, smooth communication. I feel whoever's on the receiving end of this is very understanding, very receptive. Even if you do move forward, right? I tell people that all the time. Closure is not always going to look like what you want it to look like. You have to let go of the outcome. You know, none of that shit is set in stone. None of this, even what I tell you, even tarot, you know, like it's not, people have free will. They can go against it. You know, I watch it all the time. I watch destined ass shit that's supposed to really go down. And because somebody is just a stubborn asshole and God gave them that will to be a stubborn asshole, it don't go. It falls through. You know what I mean? So just take this with a grain of salt. You know what I'm trying to say? But I want you to know that somebody definitely does have the intent to make things right, apologize, you know, take accountability, come clean. It may be very hard for them, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it. 10 of Wands with the star. They're hopeful that they can climb this hill. They're hopeful that they don't want to do any further damage, is what I'm hearing. Like, I don't want to burden you further. I hope you can forgive me, because I know that was a lot. Like, I did a lot. And nothing that I say can undo what I've done, but I'm hoping that we can start fresh, start over, you know, move forward. This is definitely there's a lot of energy of moving forward, you know, no matter how difficult. It might not all be a walk in the park, right? There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of emotion being carried with this as well, but it's like, I may not know how to move forward, but I know that I have to start somewhere. And that's kind of all that matters, you know. I'm not seeing it here, but that gives the Fool's energy. Like, I'm just going to go for it. It might not be it's not the Fool because it's not enthusiastic, but it is hopeful. There's a lot of faith in this. Like, I believe in myself. I believe in a higher power. I believe that it can be done. I just have to take the first step. And that's what this person's doing, okay? What is your advice? Jeez, come on. What is your advice? Allow this person to state their piece. I feel like you're obviously a lot more mature than this person is. This person is still learning, especially if this is about, you know, a spirit, like spirituality. If this is spiritually, if this is, you know, intellectually, this person is, God's saying, I mean, this man has entered the chat. Come on. Because it's not, when I'm saying spirit, I know there's other entities talking to me. God is saying, let's go. Let me drink some. You went off with that. Sorry, y'all. I have a moment. Sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm not sorry. God entered the chat. I'm not sorry at all. Just let me take my moment, please. Trying to keep it together. God is advising you. It's not me. I'm not God. I'm just a messenger. Okay, I'm just a vessel. To not step on this person while they're down. Okay. They come to you with great humility. They come to you, this person is coming to you naked and broken, okay? And it is for your own, you know, benefit to be forgiving. That doesn't mean accept or take back or whatever this is, but to forgive, especially because you know better. The Queen of Swords knows a great deal more than the Page of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords has already went through trials and tribulations. She's already had these experiences. She knows better. So you know better than to beat down the disabled, right? That's like trying to bully a crippled person, someone who does, you know, who doesn't have legs, who has a disability. That's like a kid, you know, a kid who is, I don't know, is just A+ scholar student with a 4.0 GPA picking on like a child with a learning disability. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, be sure that you are, practice what you know, right? It's like, you know better than to kick someone while they're down, because there's a warning here with that. That's why God said, there's a warning here with that. This person is coming to you broken. They are coming to you naked. They are coming to you with great humility. They don't want anything from you except to take accountability and perhaps ask for your forgiveness. They're not coming to take anything from you. This person has already been beaten down enough. They don't even want to put themselves in positions to get beat down. It took this person, or it's going to take this person, a lot, probably all of what's left in them to even come forward to admit to their wrongs, to admit to their failings. So don't kick them while they're down, is your advice. Yeah. If this was a romantic situation, it's at its end. Okay? The cycle is complete. Your karmic lesson is complete. If this is your child, especially if they are a young adult, allow them to continue on their journey so that they may one day be in a position that allows them to feel proud of how far they've come without anyone else's taking credit for it. Okay? This is a very strong message. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Love, light, and abundance.